Let's get it in. So the first question I see, how did I get into graphic design? It was a story, like I always say, I always been creative. I always had some type of creative mindset to where editing videos, designing stuff, creating, just creative. Started drawing and I got pretty good at drawing, so I can draw real pictures and portraits. And I figured out like drawing with paper and pencil, I feel like it just takes so long. So I'm like, let me try to do it with a computer. So I started doing it with a computer, and I fell in love with it. It was like I can draw portraits and do everything off a computer. I don't I want a piece of paper and a pencil ever again. And that's pretty much how I got into graphic design. I just signed up for graphic design at ICC a couple of years ago, and they put me in a multimedia class and they put me in graphic design. And what's so weird is I got a B in multimedia and a D in graphic design and end up going the graphic design route. But that's pretty much how I got into it. I won't even call myself a graphic designer. I just call myself a creator. I just create stuff. That's how I look at it. Do you need a degree to be successful in graphic design? I don't even have a degree, but I'm not successful in graphic design either. But some people might think that I'm successful, but like I closed so many deals, I have had so many clients. But from the outside looking in, you might look at it like I'm successful. But for me, just because I know where I want to be at in my design career, I don't look at myself as being successful. But my argument is you don't need a degree to be successful in anything. I feel like, will it help? Yes. Will it teach you stuff? Of course. You really doing your thing? Yeah. See, that's why I say, on the outside looking in, you might look at it like, man, you going crazy, you doing your thing. But I feel like with my dreams, my goals, my aspirations, how I hold myself to a higher standard, I feel like this is nothing. I feel like I'm not even halfway there, or I feel like the goals that I set is so big. Like, okay, what's next? Okay, that's it. Oh, that's all you got. But I do surprise myself sometimes when I be like, dang, I did that. Dang, I designed that. Dang, I created that. So I definitely get that type of inspiration. And I never really set any, well, I would say small goals. All my goals been people like scratching their head like, how you gonna do that? Or the goals that I set, you will laugh at like, it's impossible. Like, I got a goal to get 1 million followers on YouTube. Somebody might be like, you will never see it. But the way I think, my mindset, that's a goal. I just came up with the idea today just to do a podcast, and I didn't procrastinate. I don't know what I'm doing, but I just got right into it. I logged in on YouTube, logged in on TikTok, logged in on Tag, and I'm screaming. So I'm answering questions. Um, I'm live and let you guys ask questions. So you seeing the process. You seeing the first episode. You seeing the mistakes. You seeing what's working. You seeing what's not working. I don't know if this is gonna be the biggest thing that blow up. I don't know if I'm only gonna get 2 viewers, but I'm gonna do what I'm doing now and just continue what I'm doing and staying consistent. It could be 1,000 people in here. I'm gonna still be the same. I'm gonna still talk about graphic design, still talk about the process, still talk about what I'm doing. So, like I said, I don't feel like you need a degree to be successful in graphic design. I definitely don't feel like that. Definitely don't. Somebody asked me how much should they charge for like a logo or for design work as a beginner. There is no specific set number. It's how do you value yourself? What do you feel like you're worth? Because doing graphic design work, logos, is your time. How much would you value your time? I started off doing graphic design work for free or for a little bit of nothing just to get my name, to get my feet wet. And if you love it, if people love it, you can start your prices off astronomical where they just over the top. Like, I'm charging $1,000, and that's your value. You put your own value on it, and it'll be complete strangers that's gonna pay you what you say your value is. Then you will get family members and friends that's want to be like 1,000. Oh, I got 500 or I got $50, and you be like, dang, how you go from 1,000 to telling me I'm only worth 50? So I don't think it's a specific number you should put on your prices when you beginning, because it's been stuff that I designed or created that I completely hated, and the client or somebody else really loved it. Like, man, I love that. I'm like, you like that? Or the vice versa. It been things that I really, 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 really love that I made and created that somebody really hate. Like, dang, how you hate that? And I love this. Like, everything working. The design, the elements, the proportions, like everything I put together is working. And somebody from the outside might look at it like they do not understand it. They just don't understand it. So I can kind of get where people come from. Another big question that somebody just asked me is, what software do I use the most? I use a lot of graphic design software, but the graphic design software that I use the most is the Adobe products, which is Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, Illustrator. So all the Adobe products is what I use the most, but I also use Canva, these little phone apps, picture apps. I use what work. So it's no specific software that I use for each client or each project, but mainly I'm gonna use the Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, because that's what I go to school, what I learned at school, and that's the most professional and prolific apps and programs to use. Yes, you can get busy with Canva and all these, but yeah, if you want to get serious about graphic design, you will definitely need the Adobe products. That's not the only products to use, but that's for if you want to be on a team with different designers, print shops, different places that's you can transfer files in a specific type of file. You would definitely need the advanced graphic design products. Yes, you can get away with Canva. Canva is, I would say, like a template, not even template, but it's like training wheels for graphic designers. It can get you started. It can get you through the door. You can do mock-ups and logos and all this. But if you want to be taken serious, you will definitely need to learn and be prolific in these Adobe products. And that's what I use. So can I be a graphic designer just using my iPad or phone? Of course. Like, don't ever feel like you need what I got, the computers, the tablets, the drawing pads, and all this. I can show you a girl right now. She make flyers. She do everything off her phone, all her flyers off her phone, and her stuff is lit. I'm looking at her stuff like, you doing better off your phone than I could do with my computer. And she just do logos, and she's killing it. She's doing about 50 logos a week, and she's killing it. I don't know her prices. Yes, you can definitely be a graphic designer solely off your phone, and you can design off your phone. They got apps like Canva for mobile. They got a whole bunch of graphic design apps just specifically for your phone. The backside to that is you won't have all the advanced tools like masking and everything that a powerful computer can do, or a powerful app like Photoshop can do. They got an easy Photoshop template for your phone to get started, to understand what's going on. You can start with your phone in a computer, or your phone and a tablet. I will never say no, don't start, because you only got that. But if you want to get taken serious, you would definitely need to upgrade eventually. Definitely. What makes a design bad versus good? I don't think there is no such thing as a bad design or good design. I just feel like there is bad techniques and bad and good techniques. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, placement. Is the logo or the design legible? Is it doing what it's supposed to do? Is it getting the job done? Is it, if you making a design for a party promotion, is it doing the job that it's supposed to be doing? Is it promoting the party? Or do you have to really squint or figure out what's going on with this flyer? It might say a party, but it don't even got nothing to do with a party, or the words might be too small, or you don't know when the date, or you don't know where the location at, so it's not doing its job. Or you can just make a plain piece of paper that say party here at this time, woo, woo, and it's doing its job. So there's no such thing as a bad design or a good design in my opinion, but it's you doing the elements and the tools or the rules when it comes to these design products. Because I think me and my girl, we was just driving last week and we was driving past and it was a sign stuck in the ground. It said tacos and it said like a price, and it was just a piece of paper and somebody hand wrote or spray painted tacos. And it was just so crazy. Like, we see that y'all got tacos, but it wasn't a picture of a taco. It wasn't no nice design. It wasn't elegant. It didn't make you want to eat it. It looked like if you was to pull up at a trailer park and they got tacos, that's what the design, that's what the logo represented. It was just, I just don't think it was doing its job. I don't think nobody put a thought or effort into making a sign about tacos. And even if you're trying to promote food, you at least want to make it look nice. So that's my, yeah, you remember, that's my idea of a good design versus a bad design. Once you become a graphic designer and you learn about hierarchy, fonts, placement, layers, proportions, everything that we learn as a graphic designer, you will see like, dang, what font is that? Dang, why they choose that cursive font for the specific, like, that's like seeing a stop sign in cursive. You would be like so confused, like, that's why you think a stop sign is in bold or a sans serif, because I'm speaking graphic design language, but it's in a font that's bold so you can see that it's a stop. Instead of, if the stop sign was in cursive, how many car crashes you would think happen daily? See, that's the thing that we learn as graphic designers and people that know about fonts and what work and what don't work. So it's pretty cool. Is it okay to use Canva for business design? Yes. Canva will get the job done. Canva will get you over the hump. Canva will get you deals. Canva can get you paid. Canva is, like I say, training wheels, like a little sister to the professional sites. You can do some very good stuff with Canva if you know, like I say, about hierarchy, where stuff's supposed to go, why is the things in the spots where they are. So you could definitely get busy with Canva. Will I suggest Canva for like, let's say you're doing a business logo for McDonald's or something? Maybe you will want to use Illustrator instead of Canva, because that's $1 billion company, or Nike. You know what I'm saying? And I can give you a backstory on Nike. Nike logo was drew up on a napkin. Like, that's how they made the Nike logo. It was a lady, she made it like on a napkin. So it was like, you can definitely get busy. If you want to know anything about like my backstory, about my graphic design, or even think off topic, definitely leave comments. I definitely respond to them. Let me turn the comments bigger so I can read them. So I'm kind of blind, y'all. Okay. All right. Let's see what the questions we got on here. Somebody asked me, what's my process from ideal to final design? One thing I learned in college is I don't even touch the computer or my design apps without putting everything on paper first. My ideas, my mock-ups, my storyboard, my thumbnails, my ideas, everything go on piece of paper first. I'll just start writing. If it's mock-ups, if it's ideas, if it's visions, if it's directions I want to go in, if it's whatever, color schemes, I put everything on a piece of paper first. And so if somebody wanted me to do a thumbnail for them, I'll draw a 3x2 box and draw like 5, 6, 7, 8 of them and put stuff in it. And I'll draw like little mock-ups. So it might be the title, might be the image of the person, and I might put what colors I want on them, color ideas, I might put shadows or whatever. And that's my design process. So when I get to the computer, I'm already knowing what I want to try, what I want to do. It's not going to be a blank canvas and be like, oh man, I don't know what I'm going to do with this logo or what I'm going to do with this thumbnail. How's I'm going to start? I'm already at least got some ideas to even start. Even if them ideas don't even work, but at least I got some ideas. That's why I always start with a piece of paper and sketch and draw everything out first, no matter what the project is. It could be a small project, it could be a big one. I always piece of paper. I could probably pull out a notebook or something right now, and it got all like mock-ups and stuff that I already. That's my design process, and that's how I start. How do a person get better at picking fonts and colors? You got cool apps like adobefonts.com or fonts.adobe.com. I use Adobe Fonts, and they got everything from sans serif to bold to script to whatever type of font you need, whatever mood you need, and they got the families. And what I can do is I can import them fonts right into my program, so I can pick which font I want and import it right into. And they got something also like a palette, a color palette app, and it'll show you what colors go with each other. And I'm not an expert in colors, but the app that I got or the website that I got, it'll show you if I take a picture and upload the picture, it'll pull up all them colors, and it'll give me a palette based on the pictures of the color of the photo. So, and that's one thing I need to study, not even study, but practice more at, is my fonts. I know how to get them. It's just that's a whole art within itself. To me, it is, because once you do like a mixtape cover and you want to find specific fonts to go on that mixtape, it might take you 10-15 minutes of going through fonts to find a specific font that you want. Then another thing that I do with my fonts, I don't just pick one. I might pick 6 or 7 fonts and just try each one of them and see which one look the best. So that's how I do my fonts and my color grids. I never mismatch colors out of a color palette. So if I use a color palette, I'm gonna use all the colors in the same palette. I won't use this red up out of here and then that green out the different palette. I always use the same colors out of each palette. And that's how I pick my colors and my fonts. A little side note, one thing that's so cool about graphic design work is you can make mistakes. That's the beauty of it. Ain't nobody gonna ever be perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect graphic designer. You are here to make mistakes. You're here to make stuff super big. All right, that's too big. Make it smaller. It's too small. Make the wrong font. Make the wrong colors. Make the wrong tints. Like, you are here to make mistakes, and that's what's so cool about being a graphic designer. And that's how I feel. I feel like I made so many mistakes, and it's either learning from them and improving. You have to make mistakes. How you gonna get better? You know what I'm saying? How can you build a strong portfolio without any clients? So how can a person build a very strong portfolio without any clients? I would say do a lot of mock-ups. Do what you can do, or show people what you can do and publish it. You might not like this answer because some people might be in a position where they can't do this, but do some stuff for either super cheap or free. And when I say super cheap, tell a person, like, inbox a couple of people, hey, I'm just getting started as a graphic designer. I'm doing logos. I do a logo right now for $25. Let's do it. And who won't want a logo for $25? Who won't want a logo for super cheap? So I'm pretty sure somebody will give you a chance. You have to just be consistent and try to reach out to people, and somebody will definitely give you a chance. And it just seemed like, to me, from my experience, when I do stuff for free, it come out better than when I do it for more money. I don't know why I do that, but that's just how my theory is and what happens to me all the time. So definitely, you do some free clients, do some stuff for free, do some mock-ups. You see somebody who logo that you see might need fixing, just fix it for free and be like, hey, this is what I did to your logo. If you want to hire me for future, but you can definitely build a nice portfolio either with cheap clients or with free clients, and that's how you're gonna get paid. You have to bet on yourself. And that's how I did it. People believed in me. My first client was a lady from a different country, so this is a very big world. Once I figured that out, it's so many people on this earth. It's 1 billion people on this earth. My first client was from United Kingdom, And it's crazy because you would think that my first client would be from the United States, but she wasn't. She was from a different country. So it's like there was no limits on who your client's gonna be, closing deals, opportunities. Somebody gonna always start a business. Somebody always gonna need a logo fix. Somebody always gonna need some type of design work. So it's limitless. Whether you close a deal or not, it's so many people who need stuff. Even me as a graphic designer, I be looking to hire people to do stuff, and I can do it. You see what I'm saying? So it's out here, and that's how you build your portfolio. I see two questions back to back that I'm gonna answer. Is should I do free work to build my brand, and how do I get my first graphic design client? I just answered them questions. Yes, you should do free work. Should all your work be free? No, but you should do. I'm gonna say 2 or 3, maybe 4 projects for free. But once you do your first client for free and it's decent, they gonna come. They gonna come. They gonna come. Especially if it's decent. And how do you get your first graphic design client? You have to get in them circles. Don't even have to get in them circles. You have to get to where people are looking for design work. You can make a status. You can just ask people. So I would make a status. The first thing I would do is I'd create a status and say, hey, I want to get my feet wet into this graphic design work. If anybody wants a job done, a commission done, reach out to me. You can go on Twitter and put the hashtag graphic design and see who's looking for a graphic designer. You can look on Facebook. You can look on different freelance sites like Upwork, Fiverr, but I even got a client off Craigslist. So it's like, if you build it, they will come. And once you just start posting, showing your work, building up your portfolio, doing free work, doing commissions, doing cheap commissions, and going crazy, creating content, staying consistent, trust me, they will come. That's how you get your first client. And you definitely get your first client like that. Definitely will. How do you balance being creative and staying on the deadline? I'm going to say staying organized is the main way. Being organized is going to be key and essential to your success as a graphic designer. And when I say organized, is you know where all your files at, you know your design process, you know where your fonts at, you know where your color palettes at, you know where your mood boards at, you know where your mock-ups at, you know what you want to do, you know your direction, you have you organize. I have folders for everything, so it's not gonna be like a person gonna ask me to design a logo and I'm designing for them. I close my computer and then I might wait a day and a half and go back to it and I can't find it. No, I'm gonna know where everything is. I'm gonna know where it's gonna be all in one folder. It's gonna be all organized. And then when it comes to a deadline, if I know that I'm on a specific deadline, I will work on it to complete it before the deadline. I won't wait till the day of and knowing I got 7-8 more hours of work to do. And that'd be crazy. So it's all about being organized, and it's gonna be your key. Being organized is definitely going to be your key to being successful as a graphic designer. What advice would you give to a new designer in 2025? Learn. I don't think it's no graphic designer that know everything. It's guys out here that been doing graphic design 20, 30 years that probably don't know everything, or even don't even know some stuff that I know, vice versa. And I don't know a lot of stuff that they know. So it's like some people might be stuck in their old ways and don't want to learn about AI. And with AI, you can do a lot as a graphic designer because it help you. It's like a tool. The advice I give to a graphic designer or a person who wants to be a graphic designer in 2025, definitely network with other designers. Watch them tutorial videos. They out there. So I watch them. I brought a course. I brought a learn how to do mixtape course. It was like $50. Do you have to do that? No, it's free videos out here. You don't have to. But me buying the course was showing myself that I'm very interested or aggressive wanting to do this. Like I really want to do this. What else we got going on? Don't listen to them fears that's in your ears or in your mind that's saying you can't do this. Don't think that you can't, because you definitely can. You definitely can get it done. This graphic design is life changing. I know a lot of people who got big houses and mansions off graphic design, but it has to be something that you want to be passionate about. I don't want it to be something that you doing because you need some money. I don't want it to be something that you doing because your parents made you or you trying to impress somebody. But it have to come from a passion. For me, it do. And I couldn't see myself sitting on a computer doing graphic design work if I didn't like to do it or if I wasn't creative. But that's definitely the advice I would give to a person in 2025 that want to be a graphic designer. Just go for it. Learn as much as you can. Network. Ask questions, because you definitely can get it done. And thank you guys for this. This is my first blog, my first stream, my first podcast. I answer all you guys' questions off Facebook. I answer you guys' questions off TikTok. Let's see if we got any more questions on Facebook real quick before I get up off here. Yeah, but yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for coming through. We're about to end this live up on Instagram. I'm talking about Instagram. We're going to end this live up on YouTube. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be doing way more of these, way more graphic design podcasts, way more content. We're going to be just getting it in, and let's get it. KMTV.com, you already know what it is. Be creative, graphic and design. The podcast is officially up. It's the second episode out of 1 million. So it's episode number 2. Let's do it. And if you want to be a guest up on the show, come show your word, what you can and can't do. Let's do it. Let's see what you got. KMTV.com, you already know what it is. Let's get it.